Oh, just jump in my chair. I'll pretend I get up. Hi, yeah, I'll put my chair. So Denise is in this lady's chat under another name.
This is some thirsty canvas.
Oh my.
I give myself permission to fail. I'm still a wonderful person. It's okay that guys sleep with me and don't call me the next day. I'm not really gay. I'm willing to try, but that doesn't really make me a lesbian. I'm sorry, I have to have a drink now because, I'm an alcoholic.
Guess who this is?
Her.
I was dating this guy that I think is a racist. Well, I think he was a racist because he had eye holes in his bed sheets. Yeah, scary. And actually, he didn't know I was Mexican, so he goes, "You're Mexican," and I was like, "Yeah, you screwed a Mexican." And he goes, "No, you're not, but you're blonde." And I said, "Yeah, but I'm wearing a black bra. My lips are painted red. I'm burning a Jesus candle. I have 2 children, and I'm wearing an Aquanet. What part of me doesn't make you think I'm Mexican?"
That wasn't funny.
None of this.
Thank you for that moment. Thank you so much.
Sounds
I
like
don't
one or
know
two
what to
people.
my love life. I do. And I meet really weird guys. And I was at the bus stop the other day because my car broke down. And I was, and this guy, like, he never takes the bus. Like, I think he's having, like, an acid flashback. He's
She talks through her nose. It's so annoying.
You know what? You really don't look like a hooker.
I just really painted my desk with this one.
So she was a comedian on some YouTube channel, basically. Okay, that sounds stand-up comedy. Honey, there's some content here. Listen to this.
What of you?
Yeah, I've learned a lot about myself. I've got a bit of a passive aggressive, manic depressive, bipolar, schizophrenic, dysfunctional, anal retentive, or schizophrenic.
Oh,
And
that one I
gotta
gotta have.
therapy. So writing therapy actually.
Unless you want to play with it.
And then the therapist is dysfunctional.
I've had my video quota for the day. But that's good. Is that on her channel or somewhere else?
That's on this comedy channel on YouTube. Just that little ditty by itself says a lot.
Yeah. I'm bipolar, schizophrenic, blah, 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 blah.
I don't know about myself.
Shit. Hang on, I heard a basement click. Oh. Hello, Cherie.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. Good to see you. I don't often get a chance to watch you paint. So this is special.
Cool. Just playing some Indian flute music in the background and zoning out. Going into the zone.
Oh, yeah.
I already overdid it over here. I gotta fix it now. Ah.
So I saw you have a thing where you don't like the easels. Because you're...
Yeah, I've never tried it. I mean, I'm so used to sitting at my desk and painting.
Right.
And I suppose I'm used to that because of writing.
Uh-huh. So I was wondering, did I send you any boards to paint on?
I can't hear you that well.
Did I send you any boards to paint on?
Yeah, 8x10 canvas boards, yeah.
Yeah, those little ones. Let me see if I put my earbuds in. Maybe this will help.
Hang on, I forgot my cup of water, my rinsing water. Becky, say hi to Shirley. Yeah, so I figured out that's why some of my paintings look funny, and they look different when you hold them at different angles. I just never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel like, duh.
Can you hear me okay now? I put my
Yeah,
earbuds in.
yeah, and I turned the music down a little too, so. Have you,
Well,
go ahead.
yeah. I was
Oh,
just
I
wondering how those canvases I sent you, were they big enough or do they need to be bigger?
Those are
They're
actually
too.
the smallest size that I work with. I started with 8x10, and mostly I've been doing 9x12, and this one I'm doing now, I've done some 11x14, and that's the biggest that I've done.
Okay. Yeah, I
But
didn't know. I thought the little ones would be easy for you to set in front of you.
yeah,
And they're flat. They're not like already on a frame thing.
right. They're cheaper to ship too, because those I can send in an envelope.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So how do those work for you?
How does what work for me?
Those flat ones that are hard, not paper. You know what I mean? The ones I sent.
I don't really have a preference of paper or canvas other than they're easier to store. And since I have 200 of them, I mean, the paper ones are easier to store, but the canvas boards are easier to ship.
Right,
So
okay.
it's like give one up for the other. But
Okay.
this one, I'm doing a giveaway when I hit 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
I just did that one. I did this one. I mean, I change it up once in a while, you know. I like to do both canvas and
Yeah.
paper. But yeah,
Yeah.
these make easier shipping options, and I'm only going to use these for giveaways from now on because my last giveaway cost me $17.
Really? How did that happen?
That happened because I didn't realize the free shipping boxes I got from USPS.com were flat rate boxes.
Oh.
Yeah, so those are for heavy stuff that people want to get away with shipping cheaper, but it did no benefit to me.
So,
But the paper ones I have to ship in boxes, as you saw, because of what happened to the wizard.
I know. But the cardboard, the hard ones are easier to ship because they're lighter and you can put them in an envelope, a flat envelope.
Yeah, but it'll be like the wizard. They'll get totally crushed and crinkled. They'll get bent.
No, I mean the ones that are on
No.
hard cardboard.
Yeah, the cardboard. Yeah, for those,
Those should be easy
I
to
just
ship
use
in the.
these
Yeah.
bubble envelopes.
Yeah, those are. Isn't that cheaper right there?
Yeah, well, I have yet to send one that way. I have yet to
Oh.
sell a canvas board.
Oh, I see.
You know, this says flat rate envelope, one rate, any weight. I bet you I can't use this either. That's going to screw me. I
Oh.
just noticed that. I better not use these ones. You say flat rate too, honey. These envelopes.
Yeah, so you'll just have to get bigger envelopes that
Yeah,
that don't look like the plain ones, you know. You can get the plain ones.
I didn't notice that when I ordered them online.
Yeah, you can get plain shipping, bigger ones that are bubble wraps inside too, and they don't cost that much really.
Yeah, that's a bubble one, but I just noticed it says flat rate on it, so I'm not
Right, right. Well, who knows what the
not
flat
gonna
rate
keep
is?
that
What is it?
again.
Usually $5 at least, huh?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Suppose we could look it up, but I'm not going to. I just got into it with a whole bunch of people in my texting group, which is my local group that I see people face to face, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they were, I think, remember Tori? Tori, she was involved. She brought up Manny's name once. He did an investigation on her. That was back in the Q days, and Bergie was involved. Oh, I know. What's her name? Millie, somebody. Anyhow, she popped up on his radar, and then he investigated her, and he put a video out on her. It was a year ago, that video, and there was one before that. But anyway, Q was brought up, but they brought Tori's name into my local group several times, and we have people here that are Q supporters still. And I haven't been able to get in there and infiltrate that and break that for the longest time, because they just look at me like, oh, she doesn't believe in Q, that she has to be really bad. I know. And they give me that sideways glance like, well, she can't be trusted then.
Yeah.
So anyway, Tori's name got brought up, and I just said she's a grifter and a criminal, by the way. And they brought up Flynn's name and Q's name, and so then I go, oh God, you know. So basically, I trolled them into a trap, or I didn't troll them. They just naturally walked right into their own trap, because you just let them keep talking, and then you just, ask them questions and bring this information to them. And this one lady got so damn upset with me. She got so emotional about it.
Oh, that's not
I
good.
know. I go, yeah, but you just have to get mad at the facts.
Yeah.
You can't be mad at me. I didn't do it. I just gave you the facts. So yeah. That was an interesting conversation and then at the end, finally everybody just got enough of it, because I sent that last video out, and that was the video that Manny did about Lynn Wood. It was a year ago. Lynn Wood and Tori and Flynn was mentioned in it, and that's only because they brought Manny's name into the picture once again a year
Mhm.
ago, 2021, actually more than a year ago now.
Yeah, I don't recall that I saw any of that.
Probably not. Actually, you were in the deep throes of trying to get your shit back together after all this,
Yeah.
but that video has information in it, because TS was involved in all of that, because they brought Manny's name into it because of Isaac Cappy. And he
Yeah.
said, okay, that's it. Because Lynn Wood brought Isaac Cappy up, and he was going off into he gave money to Kyle Rittenhouse. I gave money to Lynn Wood to help Kyle Rittenhouse, and Kyle Rittenhouse, of course, has told everybody that it didn't help him at all, because Lynn Wood just took all the money and did something else with it, which is exactly what happened. So, and I got mad at Lynn Wood, and I told him I want my money back. That was on Twitter, right? This all happened all on Twitter. And, but it was one of those things that I didn't tell him all about, but all I did was send him that video about that situation so that they could know about it. I sent them a different video from before. hoping they could understand that, and they didn't get it, and then they kept arguing with me, and I just finally sent them that one video, and then I go, okay, that's it. And then finally somebody goes, okay, that's it. We're not talking about this. This needs to be put to rest and stop. We are all done with this whole conversation. I did a thumbs up and a big heart after that. But, you know, it's really sad when you have people in your own local community that are involved in politics, and they get stuck in all of this stuff that's not real. And Thomas Schoenberger's name was mentioned. So,
Really?
it not in my texting thing that I have going on with 15 people in my local neighborhood. But in Manny's video, I didn't realize that he was connected in the background to all of that also. So,
Wow.
yeah. I must have missed that in that video, or I forgot about it or something, but reviewing it was good. It just reminds me of what happened before the election and how
I'll
Lynn Wood
be
was,
glad when midterms are over with. My gosh.
oh my goodness,
People are going crazy.
they are nuts. And what's going to happen after it's over with? Because we know that red wave is going to just come right
If
on.
they lose those, if they gain those 2 seats or whatever in the House.
Oh, they're gaining seats. They're going to gain a whole lot of seats in the House and in state legislatures and governorships, and there's all kinds of places people are definitely the tables are turning. In our local community, I think our school boards are getting inundated now. Somehow we're trying to get rid of all the bad guys out of those on a local basis. Our supervisors here, we have to get the right people in where we want to change our committee chairmanships and our committee memberships in our RNC. We don't like some of the rhinos that are in there, which we do have plenty in, or we wouldn't have been having this problem that we've had. So on the local level, I think that's where we're most effective these days, because boy, pretty much it's permeated every aspect of society the bad guys have. So we have to just start from the ground up and redo it all from here. That's what my focus has primarily been on anyway, the local level. Just to
Yeah.
clean up our own backyards, right?
Yeah.
And if we can change our RNC leadership to regular people instead of rhinos that want money. Oh, we had a lady that used to be the RNC chairperson, and she flipped to Democrat. A whole bunch. She's supporting
Are you
Democrats.
talking about Tulsi Gabbard?
No, not her. No,
Switched to Republican.
she switched to Republican. I'm
Yeah.
talking about Amy Tarkanian, and her husband was running for office here, and then he didn't get it, and she really turned sour on everybody. But then again, we had a lot of people in the Republican establishment here that didn't care for them, and now I am seeing a bigger picture of all of it, because they've just been basically grifting money off of anybody and everybody they could.
Hmm.
And now she's a Newsmax contributor, so she's on television all the time. But she was doing that before, but especially now since she changed her stripes. I mean, she's still a Republican. They kicked her out of a couple of places, censored her. I think she's censored in her own county. I don't think the whole state has censored her yet. And but she's voting for Democrats, and she's advertising for them. So I've had a little bit of a battle with her on Twitter, and with Segal. Cha is they have a really bad catfight with each other. Every time they bump the heads on Twitter, anytime any one of them says anything, and then if one of them comments, then they're off to doing battle with each other on Twitter for a few rounds. I just told them they need to put each other on mute. Because I'm telling you, Amy Tarkanian doesn't want Seagal to be the AG because maybe Seagal knows a lot of the criminal activities going on, and so Amy Tarkanian's afraid. That could be the deal right there. And Amy told me, well, I didn't know anything. And I said, well, I'm going to freely admit right now that I don't know anything.
I know nothing.
Well, she brought up QAnon, and Amy brought up QAnon, a supporter of QAnon. And then I go, who's that? And then she goes, Jim Marchand. And they're targeting him because the bad guys are targeting him because he's doing a Secretary of State thing, and it's a project for all over the whole nation to get the right people in office so we can get good elections and not have bad guys supported by George Soros in Secretary of State's position. So that's why she said that. And I just told her because she accused him of being a QAnon. And the whole thing is if that's what you're doing, only the people that do that are either liars or grifters. Because we all know it was a LARP.
How's that guy still alive, George Soros?
I don't know. He's got a kid, though. So if he dies, it won't matter. All these kids come up and take their place and keep on with the mission of destroying humanity. You know. So anyway, you draw pictures. Look at that. And that's what you do. And I'm stirring shit on the internet. Yeah, because they trapped them.
Pretty much everybody's doing that.
I thought it was funny because they landed right in my lap on that one. And I'm going, after I got done with them, because she got so emotional. She says, it wasn't about being famous. Oh, she said she rode with, here it is. Let me see what happened. Flynn and wait, that's not that one. She got into a car ride. She had a long car ride with 7 hours. She had it with General Flynn in my truck. Believe me when I tell you, he's not anywhere what people think he is, just like anything else that gets blown out of proportion and that comes right from the horse's mouth. Okay, so I didn't accuse him of anything. I didn't say anything other than the fact that he got trapped by the QAnon thing, basically because he actually has the Q. He had already some Q logo or trademark before Q ever came along. He was a perfect person who got hooked into the Q thing. And then Tracy Beans, and all of that stuff that came along. So, anyhow, trying to tell these guys about Tracy Beans. Well, they didn't want me to talk about Tor anymore. We'll just have to disagree. Let me see. We'll just have to agree to disagree. And because I asked her, did you do a background check on Tori? Tori? No, she didn't, but she's known her since 2018. So Tori did talk about Q a long time before that, but then she did the same thing that Tracy Beans did and scrubbed her stuff and started over. And so I said, Tracy, I tried to say Tracy B, but you can't tell them anything unless you send them documents and stuff and things like that. So we just start dropping stuff like that in their lap. And then they get excited. And so after she said that, she rode in the truck with him. And then I just said that he had the Q logo trademark before he got targeted as a Q guy by the social climbing grifters. Blah, blah, blah. And then I did say the power of prayer, divine intervention, and me helping a guy escape from a murder by suicide cyberstalking gang is how I know about the backstory to Q and why it was started. And then I reiterated, y'all know that. You all know it was a LARP to catch bad guys, blah, 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 got out of control, blah, 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 blah. So anyhow, and then she goes, how many car rides have you had with Flynn? You spent time with him? He played the part he did because the media painted it that way. No sense in trying to argue it. Just have fun with it is what he did. Oh, okay. That's what he did. He was just having fun with him. And so then she goes, Flynn and Tor are always bad-mouthed. They are patriots, in my opinion. Tor always asks people who they were decoding, has never said what to believe, and always pulled others out of the Q days they were in. She actively fights like hell to uncover corruption, and as a matter of fact, has an emergency case against the machines in Ohio. I trust her. I trust doers, not LARPers. Q grifters hate her because she tells the truth about Q. And yes, that was only part of the story. There's lots to it, but what it has become is a shame. And then she goes, yes, Beans is definitely a grifter. And then I put a picture of me and Flynn sitting together out on the lawn. And I said, you win. Then I put the picture. And then I go, the pissing match. Then I go, I fly under the radar and don't need to or have to be famous. And then I put a video in, more history. And then it wasn't about being famous. I spent a long time with him, and you're flat wrong. I never speak up unless I'm right, and everyone knows it. You're wrong. Sounds like you took the media bait. Shame. That's all I have to say on it. And I go, I don't watch the media, I investigate. I'm wrong about what? What did I say about Flynn? That was not right. I did. And I go, by the way, I like Flynn. And I think it's funny that you think I think things that I don't think. That's only because you're
You think that
emotional
I
about.
think things that I don't think.
That's only because you're emotional about Flynn, so you can't look at the facts subjectively. And you want to fight with me about facts that aren't emotional. That's just facts. They're just facts. Don't be mad at me, be mad at the facts. And then that's when somebody finally goes, this needs to be put to rest and stop. We are all done with this whole conversation. But I put those videos in there. That one video is priceless, because I didn't know Manny had that one up. I had to look for it because I wanted to find the one that he did about Tori, the investigation after she called me,
Sheree's talking.
me.
Real quickly.
Hi.
Hey, Sheree. Real
Hey.
quickly.
What?
This pretty much, I think, says it all. Wow, why is my phone listening to us?
What?
My phone automatically kicked on and was listening to us. So here you go.
I'm in therapy now, actually. Yeah, I've been learning a lot about myself. I found out that I'm a passive-aggressive, manic-depressive, bipolar, schizophrenic, dysfunctional, anal retentive, or the hypochondriac. I actually want to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm actually half Mexican, half all my trash. I really love Latino men. Yeah. Because their pepinos are mucho grande. I had a cyber sex on the internet.
Wow.
That would be the real Terry Joyce.
The real who?
Jesse found a new crazy lady.
Is that right? I guess a lot of people are being stalked online.
Yeah, everywhere you go.
Yeah,
Well,
it just seems like.
She had a live stream last night hosting Denise Mattow.
Oh.
Giving her a platform.
And it was crazy.
I bet it was. Oh my God. We have a new person.
They were talking about so-called YouTube vigilantes. And they had brought up a stream from a couple nights ago where one of the local pedophile hunter groups had caught some guy in South Bend trying to meet up a 13-year-old girl. And I went and met the pedophile hunters so you could hear me in the video at the end talking to them. Right. So they made this big deal out of me going to meet these pedophile hunters, and it was all stupidity, but
I think I clicked on that video you put up about that.
You what?
I think I clicked on a video about that. You put some video out on Twitter.
Yeah, it's one of the groups out of Indiana that I've followed since they started almost 2 years ago, and I had never got an opportunity to meet the guy that heads it off, and he's a really nice younger guy, a biker, and so I decided since they were close by, I would jump in my car at 2 a.m. and go meet them. And I did. And apparently that's a bad thing, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But
Well,
to each his
it's.
own.
I guess it would be a bad thing to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy because that guy, Aaron Carter, died. Did you see the last tweet he put out to Kanye? I got a picture of it. He wanted to, and they started scrubbing his Instagram and everything else off because he looked like he was doing just fine, but he died in a bathtub.
Wow.
Yes, and he had the same kind of stuff he was talking about happening to him that Kanye was saying was happening to him. And there's this
Huh.
guy
Which is what? Which is
is a
what? What are
handler.
they?
There's a exercise guy that was handling these celebrities. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence right now coming out about this handler person because he's connected to these people. He was connected to Kanye. He got the doctor involved that committed Kanye when they committed Kanye. And so they're thinking that this is not a good guy. He's out there posing as an exercise guru or something, but he's actually a celebrity handler that's taking care of these guys, like putting them in a bad situation. He's not actually there. He's a psyop guy. I should send that. I think I might have that on my Twitter feed. Yeah, the information on it is probably right there. I tweet so much out. I have 266,000 tweets so far. 266,000 tweets. So you try to find stuff in mine. I have to slow down a minute every once in a while for everybody to catch up. But usually I'm tweeting things out that are important. Some things aren't really that important. Like Carrie Lake had some white powdery thing mailed to her Phoenix office, I think. Headquarters, campaign headquarters. Let's see if I can find some more stuff. Oh, the Chinese people are having to walk all the way home. That's one of those things because they got their social credit thing. They can't. Their phones don't work anymore, which means they can't ride the bus or anything. They have to walk everywhere now. So I have a picture of that going on. This has been going on for a few days, but this is amazingly huge today or whenever they put it out. On the 30th, that was put out. See what else is going on. Oh, Elon Musk and all his stuff.
Oh my God.
All that stuff that's going on with that. The Fetterman thing, you know. Oh, did you see the Fetterman thing? Right when he was talking
I
about.
saw his cheap ass commercial, and I heard that Oprah was for him, but I don't know anything about him.
Well, he's that guy that has a brain implant or a chip or something that helps him say words. And he's hooked to a computer, basically. Supposedly he's like that. That's what they had. He had to use something like that in order to get through the debate he was in. Anyhow, as soon as he said sedition free, when he was getting ready to introduce, I think he was talking to, well, that was when Obama was there. Anyhow, he was talking about sedition free, and all of the flags blew over.
Oh, I seen that, yeah.
And then right at the same moment, on the other guy that's running, Mastriano's running against him for governor. Well, anyhow, at the same moment, a rainbow came over when he was doing his thing. So they stacked those things up side by side on the internet, which is pretty funny. Because, you know, when you have a rainbow come over your place and you're not that many miles away from this guy Fetterman and all the flags got knocked over, I go, Mother Nature voted. Because she sent the rainbow to the guy she wanted to win.
I don't know.
That was funny. You know, I think it's always funny when Mother Nature comes out. And then the thing that Trump said about DeSantis being desanctimonious in his speech last night. Well, that was because of the commercial that was put out by DeSantis. Basically, you know, he walks on water. He's like God. So you should see this commercial. It's over the top. And come to find out, Paul Ryan and Kevin McCarthy and the Bushes are all helping Ron DeSantis behind the scenes with helping him with fundraisers and help. So I'm just going, oh my gosh, they're setting this guy up for a 2024 run, and they're doing stuff behind Trump's back with DeSantis, who Trump helped get elected. If it was for Trump endorsing him, he might not have gotten elected. So anyway, that's an interesting thing that happened lately. What else? Oh, and then Pence, of course, he's endorsed somebody, and I'm going, well, that has to be a rhino. And then I put a thing about sun gazing because I'm always hanging out in these spaces. So then I end up putting stuff up in the nests on these spaces that are informative or educational to the people who I'm talking with. Let's see what else happened. If I can find that spot, I'll get to it eventually. I try to keep up with what you're doing, along with all this other stuff. Oh, that the training materials in the school and the educational system, all that has to be reviewed and redone and go back to regular reading, writing, and arithmetic, or we have to pull our kids out of school and start a midwifery thing. I'm trying to talk my nurse friend into going into midwifery because we've started all that around here, and also homeschooling stuff. I don't know about Russia and Ukraine. That's a whole weird bag of same old crap that the government has done before in the past so they could suck all the money that they could get out of us poor tax slaves. I'm against tax slavery. I told Russia we're being held hostage. What am I? I mean,
Are you tattling to Russia?
Yeah, I am. I go, we're being held as tax slave hostages. They're taking our money against our will. I swear I do. Some of my tweets to Russia. They're going, oh yeah, you guys are being held hostage. Oh my God, look at all that. So the people are actually on, a lot of the people are on Russia's side, basically because they know what's going on with the Russia thing. The United States has got their thing. They want Russia. And I can understand why they would want Russia because they've stolen all kinds of ancient artifacts from everywhere else. And they just haven't gotten to the Russia thing yet. But if they could get to Russia, they would do all of that and they try to hide all our ancient history from us. And I'm against that. You know, they shouldn't be doing that. A lot of my ancestors came from over in that area, and I'm trying to find things out. Oh yeah, and the main thing is I'm not a bug eater. I'm a human. Only lizards are bug eaters. It's one of my favorite things. Humans are not bug eaters. Lizards are. So that makes people think, yeah, because I think we've been invaded by some other alien species, and they are just so pissed off right now they can't take over our planet because we won't let them have the United States. Because we still have our pew-pews. So I'm just out here on the internet being my crazy trolley self, trying to make people think about other things than what they have been thinking about, usually. Here we go. Aaron Carter. If he wasn't vexed, then what was it that got him? And see, Aaron Carter is, if you look him up, his last tweet was, "Yo, Kanye, let's talk man to man." And so he had a bunch of stuff going on with him. And you could go down through below that tweet and you can find out other things about what people have said. And this one guy is being stalked, and he's been, it's a lot of the stalking stuff. And then they go into, oh God, where did I, where is that article about? Yeah, I'll find it. Well, anyway, there's that I found. Because I was curious about why he died in a bathtub. And I don't know what the coroner has to say about it. And here's another guy talking about they only get 3 strikes and they're out. And it's murder by suicide. Another thing is murder by suicide. Oh, and George Webb is involved in that too. And I just think George Webb gathers intel and data. I just keep thinking that he does it because he gives that information to the FBI. And they'll corral anybody. And so I think that's what they're down there doing in Texas. That's my supposition on that, because George Webb is down there right now. Oh, Harley Pasternak. Outside his home on November 21st, 2000, after Dr. Farzam called 911 to have Kanye 5150. He doesn't have much to say at all. Okay, that's where I found this guy. Okay, let me show you that. I didn't follow it, but I probably should. Okay, here we go. Glimpse into the intersection of psychological operations, military intelligence, and celebrity management. And I will CC you this thread. Oh, I could DM you with it. I could DM both you guys with it, and then you could see what I mean. If you just look all around that, maybe I shouldn't DM you, Pavana. Maybe I should DM Jesse. Because you're recovering from all this crap. We all are, but you had it bad. I'm still like on the hunt if I ever get an opportunity to, because I thought I had this one reporter that would do the reporting for the QAnon thing, and she turned against. She's using it against the J6ers and Patriots and everybody else now. And like I go, well, because you know the story. Now you're going to do this. You're bad. So they're probably all connected. Well, maybe I'll just do it like this. I'll quote tweet it to you. There you go. Darren J. Beatty, he's a really good investigative reporter. And I bet you that he's doing an article on this whole thing now. Let me see, maybe he already did one. I don't know if he did that one. No, I don't think so. Not yet, but he did do that. Oh. See, and he asked this question. He said maybe Kanye West could answer the question about what kind of medications they were giving Kanye West. Because Kanye said they were drugging him up so bad. Remember that? And the trainer because people are asking, did the trainer prescribe the information? Yeah. And the guy that was his trainer working for the military, I wasn't governed by the same laws that the typical person was, so I could look at the impact of certain drugs that are not everyday things. As it turns out, this personal trainer is connected to psychological operations, the Canadian military, and other strangeness. That's that. So I've been looking at that, and then I looked at this Aaron Carter guy and his background and what he had gone through and the same kind of stuff and how he was connected to all of this, and these people were targeted, but it was just targeted on a different level. And then there's the other stalkers like TS. So I found that interesting, but your painting's beautiful.
Thanks.
Now, what is this again supposed to be?
What? What is the
The
painting
moon?
supposed to be?
It's the moon. It's the moon and
Well, the moon's not finished yet, but it's where you're at a certain angle and it looks like the lava going down the mountain is coming off of the moon.
right. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was a volcano.
Yeah. I just finished my dish. Oh, hi, Siren. I just finished my dirty dishes. Dirty
Oh, I
dish.
have dirty dishes. I didn't finish mine.
I'm making Jesse promise he'll get that dishwasher finished installed by Thanksgiving. Because that's a lot of dishes.
Oh, geez. Now, somebody just came up with, you know who Caius2001 is. He just retweeted a tweet from HBS Trudeau's carnivorous. Oh, Rusty Grapes. And replying, it's all about Isaac Cappy. You should not trust Isaac Cappy. You should not trust Oprah, Isaac Cappy said that. Oh, okay. Liz Churchill put that out. And so they're using Isaac Cappy. Isaac Cappy's up here talking all about Oprah. Holy shit. There was people on the list that killed him. Pretty sure the 1/5 from the top. They said he jumped from a bridge and a truck ran him over. Suicide. But days before his death, I watched a video where he said he wasn't suicidal. I believe him. And who was that just said that? Rusty Grape said that. So, and then there's a guy below that, MJBB313, that says he's still alive. Okay. Wow. Yeah. She follows General Flynn, and she just put out a couple of his videos. More than one. But she's a Canadian. So she's the one that tweeted all this stuff out. Well, she has a Canadian flag at least anyway. Let's see. She says she's in Canada. Okay. Anyway, I'm not doing anything today. Today's Sunday. I should make a video, a music video. I have new words that I'm writing. I'm gonna find you over on my other device.
Siren is linking you a video.
Linking who a video?
Sheree.
Oh, I see where you put that real Terry Joyce out. You did that. Oh, here you are over here. I see where you put that real Terry. Wait. I have to turn that down. All right. Oh, thank you for putting that video out there. I will watch it.
Well, after Terry Joyce released her own diagnosis, it makes it a lot more clear on why her and Denise seem like sisters and get along well, because they both suffer from the same issues, apparently.
What's her diagnosis?
Oh God, what did she say? She's schizophrenic,
There was multiple
bipolar,
things.
manic depression, all kinds of shit. She said it in one of her comedy skits that she did.
Oh.
So I just shared it. It's on Twitter and YouTube.
Yeah, I saw you did you put it on YouTube. So I'll see what the new thing is now.
Apparently, she's half Mexican and half white trash, according to what she says. And she likes Latino guys because their papitos are mucho grande. And she has cyber sex on the internet. So she revealed a lot about herself in that little video clip.
Wow. So now we know she's having cyber sex with TS, probably.
That that could be a good possibility. He was one of the first people in her chat on her stream last night, and he was telling her how young and beautiful she looks. So, very good possibility.
Oh yeah. Oh, probably. I would say. Well, I could see how he could do that. So, I mean, he definitely has a way of talking people into stuff.
He's such a smooth talker with the ladies.
Oh, jeez. Well, proof is in his past. If they only knew what he looked like. And that he was hustling them.
I do like how the paper bounces when you're dabbing. Like with the brush like this.
Yeah, her and Thomas should get along well because, we know that Thomas appears to be into the cyber sex because at one point somebody said his little winky wouldn't stand at attention. So, cyber sex is all there is for him, apparently.
That's possible. Hey, Pavana, have you tried a fan brush yet?
Yeah, I use that for trees.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that works. Fun too. Hey, I was on a chat yesterday with a guy who had a framing business now because they sell so many paintings a month. It seems like there's like thousands of paintings a month that go out, and they had to start a framing business to frame all the paintings. So,
Wow.
right. So in the background, you can hear all these tack, 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 tack from the guns making the frames, stacking the frames together. I was thinking about you when I saw that, or listened to the guy talk, actually. I guess I saw it in my own mind because I'm looking at him for real. But you could see, anyway, if you listen to everything going on, you could kind of imagine it in the background because it was quite noisy. All the tap, 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 tap. Where they got their guns going on, making those frames. And I thought about you and how your paintings are and all that. Because what she does is, I guess this lady, she turns her paintings into like what I have here. I have a printer and I should do this. I keep threatening to do it, but I'm too lazy right now. I have other things to deal with. You know, I'm still dealing with my dad's stuff, and I have stuff of his that I have to still clean out. You know, when you have parents that are pack rats,
Yeah.
and then and then I'm a pack rat too because I have my own pack rat stuff.
The lady that was married to my dad, her parents weren't pack rats, they were literal hoarders
Oh yeah.
where you couldn't even walk through a single room.
Oh
You seen
well,
that through Hoarders?
yeah, I think a little bit. Yeah, I started doing a junk dealing because when my dad was at home and I was taking care of him, at least I could do that for extra income and stuff on the side. Then he got too sick, and then I still have a bunch of junk that I haven't sold. I may not even sell it. I might just give it away or take it to the dump.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I was doing a lot of that, so I still have a lot of that stuff around here. And then, of course, my mom and dad didn't throw anything away, and they stayed married their whole life. When you lived up in the wilderness, you couldn't throw anything away. We had jars with old nails that we took out of boards so we could use them again. And you don't throw that wire away because dang, you'd have to go 2 hours to the nearest big town in order to buy it again. You never knew when you were going to need that wire. So, you have jars of nails, jars of screws, jars of nuts and bolts that you never throw away. Then you always have it. And I know you have that too. If
A
you
box
don't,
of buttons.
yep, that's right. Yeah, the stuff the women keep then. The boxes of buttons that I gave to my daughter and all the painting stuff. My mother was an artist. So I was thinking about turning some of my photography into canvases because I have a printer that'll do that now. That's what I got it for. I was going to have an art show. I was going to build my life after my dad passed away, and I still haven't done that yet. But it's only been a little over a year, and I'm still dealing with the estate stuff, stuff to deal with still. So it's a good thing if you have a good trust for your family and yourself. If you don't have one, it would be a good thing to have, and then make sure everything is all spelled out. one of the faux pas that the estate attorney, the original estate attorney, well, it was second estate attorney, because the first one retired. The second one was supposed to put everybody's stuff in their own trusts, so their trusts were fully funded. Well, they were supposed to do that for my sister for her stuff, but they didn't do the main thing. It's like but it's still stipulated in the trust that she should have a trust built. But the attorneys were supposed to put all of her stuff in her trust after my dad passed away, so it would be fully funded, but they didn't do that. They separated it into two separate things, which then means after the guy dies, then the kids have to go pay the attorney more money for their trust when it should have already been done. And because her stuff wasn't put in her trust like it should have been, then her husband now could have access to it. Whereas if it would have been put in her trust when she gets it, he would not have any access to it legally at all. He would not. In their marriage, there's no way he could get any of it from her. But now, because it didn't get worked out initially and we found out later that it wasn't written right, that stuff didn't get put in her trust, so her husband would have access to all of her stuff. Just those little fine points like that attorneys like to screw up on purpose just so they could make a whole bunch more money. So in other words, if they were going to be creating 4 more trusts, they would get how much money per trust to build? 6 to 10 grand a piece. Yeah. So that's an interesting thing, but if it's in a trust, then it sure does work out much better that way. You know, there's a lot of protections in having your stuff in a trust. So when I get done with all of this, I already have a trust almost done. I'm going to make sure that I have my stuff in my trust. And my daughter's already doing her trust. My one daughter is, so. She's finding out a lot of things because I take her with me.
A hair. Where'd that hair come from? Yeah.
You need a pair of tweezers. A pair of tweezers for your art kit.
I think I've got some tweezers in my sewing kit. My art kit is now half the room. Jesse's not real happy I took over half the office. There's stuff everywhere.
Well, you ought to have your own room. I mean, just your own room for your own creative stuff and your own art stuff. But I know why you do it there. You know, you
Well, I
have all
like
your
to look at reference pictures on my laptop, on my screen. I think this one's about done. Just a simple dimple one. It doesn't look orange on the camera like it. Sometimes the camera and the photographs just don't do justice.
until you get them. Thank you for that painting you sent me.
Isn't it better in person than the picture?
Yeah.
I mean, they look more, 3D. Like this sun is really, or this moon is really popping on me right now. But the camera's making it look yellow. It's orange. It's a blood moon. Lava moon. Where did Jesse go? Did he say where he was going? I forgot. Now Siren's going to do dishes. 0. It says 0. Are you still here, Cherie?
Yeah, I'm still here.
It says
Can you hear
there's
me?
0 here. Interesting.
Well, it can't. Wait, hold on. Now what does it say?
It says 0 watching.
Okay, well, I have 2 devices on you now.
Oh.
Now it says 1 watching. Yeah, but I have 2 devices on, so I don't know how that worked. Let me see. Well, I'm gonna go now. It was good seeing you and talking with you. I'm glad I got the chance to see you.
Yeah.
I think about you often.
I think about you too. I'm glad you popped in. I'm going to get off of here too because I'm done with this one and I'm getting hungry.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I probably should have a snack.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you and big hugs. I love you. I'm glad you're doing so well. You're doing great.
Thanks. Love you too.
Oh, yeah, man.
Bye.
All right, have a good night. Bye-bye.